Welcome to another edition of Pro Paintball Weekly Video. I'm your host, E-Money, and today we're going to be covering the controversial NPPL OC Commanders Cup Championship game between Dynasty and Joy Division. Of course, that's what everyone's talking about, so we're going to cover it here on the show. We're going to take it from a little bit of a different angle. We're going to call this segment, I guess, The World According to Money. I was there at the event. I was sitting at the 30 on the snake side. I was one of the closest people right to the net, so I had a great angle to see it live. But what we're going to do here on the video is we're going to break it down, a little slow motion here, and I'm going to take you through what I think happened, regardless of what the referees called. I'm going to kind of give you my opinion. Real quick, let me tell you, as a media guy, I don't have the opportunity or the option to take sides and say, I like this team better than this team. We had Maximus Lundquist on the radio show, Pro Paintball Weekly Radio, and again, I was impressed with his character, so I have to give hats off to Joy Division and that squad over there. Also with Dynasty, we've got to know Greenspan a little bit, got to know ex-Dynasty player Oliver Lang a little bit. So again, familiar with those guys and the boys in blue. So it's not I like one over the other. I just want to let you know I've got a chance to know both sides of these players here. And I'm going to give you, again, my opinion on what happened. Lastly, I'm going to say something about the refereeing. Obviously, nobody's a perfect ref. They've been sitting out there all day getting beat upon. And again, something needs to be done as far as, I think, the rules and how the game is played, similar to NBA, similar to NFL, similar to other sports where they change a few of the rules, again, to eliminate calls like this that have to be done. And so, again, in paintball, again, close calls like that, again, if you leave it up to the referees, it could go either way. And so, again, Dynasty and Joy Division both chose, as we talked about on the show, to jump into that situation. And, again, when you're leaving it to the referees, who knows, anything could happen. Just like boxing, the key is, if you get a knockout, there's no question asked. So if you're not going to knock the other team out, you leave it up to something like this. And again, anything can happen. So again, lastly, if you do have a big problem with the referees and you go, oh, those guys are terrible, it's the worst I've ever seen, then hey, feel free to call or email the NPPL and you sign up and you grab a bunch of your guys, you put a referee crew in that can do better than that, so we won't have this problem next year or next event. Are you with me? Okay, now let's cut to the video. Let's watch it slow-mo. Let's check it out. I'll take you through Money's version of what happened on that game. Okay, here we go. It's now, I believe at this point, it's a 3-on-3. We see Davey Williamson, I believe this is, running down the snake here, doing the simultaneous. Boom, great move right there. You can clearly see the hit on the Joy Division player's head as they pull him off the field. So good call by the referees. Now that leaves Alex Frazier and BC Cole on the Dynasty side. This also leaves, I believe, the Joy Division's player's name is Scandal, as well as Saban right behind him. What you're going to see here, coming up the tape, is Scandal. Again, Joy, I apologize for pronouncing your guys' names wrong. Scandal's coming up the tape. The crowd is going wild. Notice Alex right here. You can see Alex spin, turn. Alex is laying the paint, and we assume that Alex shot that player first. At least I thought that's what happened. But worst case, that's a simultaneous. There are pictures on PB Nation. You can see that Joy Division player is hit. So again, that Joy Division player is not alive. So BC coming over just to make sure, just for argument's sake, look at the position of BC's barrel. He has position on that player first. We just assume he shot him first. That's a moot point, though, because BC should be alive because that player was eliminated by Alex. Okay, and again, we're not talking what the referees called. We're talking what actually happened to get the story correct. So we give it Scandal and Alex simultaneous. BC should be alive at this moment. Now, here's the key point. Watch Saban come around the corner. Look at his barrel. Watch it. Watch it. Watch it. Finally, he swings over and gets BC there. And I believe BC shot him first before he finally recognized what happened. Now, this is where the referees get crazy. They think he's overshooting and doing all that. Again, that's not the argument here. The question is to find out what really happened. And we're going to take a look one more time, a little higher speed. Okay, there's a simultaneous with Alex and Scandal. Okay, BC coming over just for insurance policy. Again, notice position of BC's barrel. I believe BC had the advantage there. Now watch, here it comes again. BC's going to stand up. Again, regardless if his armband got or not, he should be alive. And we're trying to figure out what really happened. Here comes Saban around the corner. Notice position of his barrel right there. He finally locates BC. BC, I believe, shot him before that. And so in the perfect world, BC would be alive and therefore around to hang the flag. So in Money's opinion, it is a win for Dynasty, albeit somewhat a close call. Now, you have to remember, folks, that the referees obviously did not have the benefit of instant replay or slow motion or any of this stuff. They were on the field right there, had to make the call. I believe they did the best that they could. That may not be good enough for anybody else, but again, that's what happened. So with that, we'll leave you with this edition of Pro Paintball Weekly. Again, Dynasty, congratulations, 06 championships. We look forward to an exciting 2007. God bless everybody.